What's up, Kingdom listeners? Welcome back to your Spiritual Breakfast Network where we are powered by the Word. It's another day with another word, and I'm excited to be here today just to share the Word of God with you. So far, we've been looking at the theme Plugged In, or the series Plugged In. And as we come to the end of this series, I want to continue to allow you to understand the importance of being plugged in this season. And so in my last message, I shared on the topic plugged into progress. And today I want to continue to speak to you on this topic, being plugged into progress. Now more than ever, we need to be plugged in to progress. So let's get straight into this message. Okay, so welcome back. Now, I want to share with you today from the book of Genesis. Genesis 37 introduces us to a young man who had to overcome so much challenges in life just to ensure that he fulfilled the purpose that God had trapped within him. Today we're talking about this young man called Joseph. And in Genesis 37, we are introduced to Joseph as a young man with a big dream. And so in Genesis 37 and verses 5, the Bible tells us that Joseph dreamt a dream and told it to his brethren, and they hated him the more, which means that they hated him before, but now that they recognize that he had a dream, they hated him even more. It's interesting here that we recognize that once you are carrying dreams and purpose within you, you're going to be hated. But not only did they hate Joseph because of what was within him, they hated him because of what was on him. So the Bible tells us early on in the story that his father made him a coat of many colors, and the coat caused the brothers to hate him. Now, people will not just hate you because of what you say or what you do or dreams you have. They will hate you because of how you carry yourself or what they see on you. When people see greatness on you, they will always fight against you. So you gotta stay plugged into your purpose and to progress, even when war has risen up against you. So as we see Joseph being favored by his father, he's now a dreamer. He has dreamed that he sees himself becoming this person that will rule, and his family will rule over him. They hated him. And so they were looking for an opportunity to stop the progress that was in Joseph. And so one day, as Joseph's father sent him to look for his brothers who were out in the field, when Joseph got to the field, they started planning. They saw him coming and they started planning to kill him. Their first attempt to destroy or to kill the purpose that was in Joseph was to throw him into a pit. Now, this is one way that people will do to stop progress. They will try to put you in a deep place that you can't get out of. They will do things to destroy your spirit. They will do things to destroy your focus. So they throw Joseph in this pit with an intention to kill him. But it so happened that they eventually sold him into slavery. When they sold him into slavery, Joseph did not allow the pit, neither being sold into slavery, to stop him from progressing with the dreams he had inside of him. Joseph ended up in this place called Potiphar's house. In Potiphar's house, whilst he was doing the will of God and started being great, and favor started coming in. Here again we see where the enemy wanted to intercept the progress that he was making. And guess what? Now we see Potiphar's wife now wanting to attach herself to him because she saw purpose. Can I just tell you that when you're on your journey to progress and to become your best, people will not be attracted to you. They will be attracted to your gift. They'll be attracted to what you carry. Potiphar's wife wasn't really interested in Joseph. She was interested in who he was as a gifted young man who had so much potential, and she wanted to lie with him, not with the intention of making him a great person, but this was an intention of destroying his purpose. People will want to offer themselves to you or give you things when you're on your journey to be successful, not to uplift you up, but to break you down. People will try to kill progress. And what did Joseph do? Joseph decided to run. Joseph did not give in. Sometimes the only way to ensure that you are operating in the purpose God has for you, or to be plugged into your purpose, you gotta be willing to run away from anything that doesn't align to who God has called you to be. Be willing to run like Joseph. Be willing to take yourself out of a place that looks good to the flesh but is damaging to your spirit. Many people will give in to the things that looks good to their flesh, be plugged into the flesh desire, but are disconnected or plugged out of their purpose or their calling. But Joseph ran. But running had a consequence, because as Joseph ran, Potiphar's wife decided to tell a lie that Joseph wanted to sleep with her. And so what we find is that Joseph was once again placed into a situation that had him confined, that seemed as if it delayed progress. Joseph was placed in prison. This is an interesting point. You can be placed in a position in your life or a place in your life that look as if it has hindered progress, but it's actually manufacturing progress. Oh my God. You can be placed in a position or in a place in your life like a prison that Joseph was in that seem as if it is delaying progress, but it's actually manufacturing or allowing progress to become its best. So whilst Joseph was in the prison, it did not stop progress. It did not unplug progress. Progress was still developing. So even in the prison, God allowed favor to attract itself to Joseph. And while Joseph was in the prison, Joseph became the leader of the prisoner. Joseph became the man with authority in the prison. Wherever he went, he was plugged into progress. Oh my God. I don't know where you're in or where you're at in your life. You might be in a place that you think is not so good, but God might put you in that place to build you for where He's taking you. Don't plug out of progress. Joseph was still dreaming even in prison. Don't allow the situations you're going through to stop you from dreaming. Keep plugged into progress. Keep plugged into your purpose. And as Joseph stayed in that prison, the opportunity came. The Bible said one day he had a dream. There are two prisoners there that they had dreams, and Joseph was able to interpret their dreams that they could not interpret. And so Bible said that one of them was killed and the other was set free. But the one that was set free, he went and he was put back into his work, into his position. But he forgot Joseph. Even when you've done your best and trying to accomplish progress, the people who you help along the way will forget you. Joseph was the baker, the butler forgot Joseph. He forgot Joseph, and for 2 years Joseph was still trapped in that prison. But Joseph still was plugged into his progress, plugged into his purpose, plugged into his dreams. When people forget you, don't disconnect from what is in you. There is still something in you that is greater than what people are doing against you or doing to you. And so even though Joseph was now in this prison, there was a set time that progress will manifest and will come to life. And so the Bible said one day the king had a dream. When the king had a dream, no one else could interpret that dream. I like this part, because when you stay plugged into progress, there is something that progress is doing in you that nobody else can do. There was nobody else like Joseph. There was nobody else that could interpret that dream, because Joseph was so plugged into being a dreamer. Joseph was so plugged into his purpose that everybody else wanted somebody to interpret this dream. But Joseph was the only man who was so plugged into his purpose that he was able to unlock this great vision. When you stay plugged into your purpose, you are in demand. And there comes a time when only you can solve a problem that the world needs. If you stay plugged into your progress and to your purpose, there comes a time that nobody can deny you of the calling that God has for your life. And so even the butler who had forgotten Joseph now had to remember Joseph, because after they called all the greats to interpret this dream, nobody could. And so the man that didn't remember Joseph now remember him. There are many people who will forget you on the journey of life. But if you stay plugged into progress, if you stay plugged into your purpose and do the will of God, one day the people who have forgotten you will come looking for you, because there is a demand for you and only you can solve that problem. Who am I speaking to? You might be the neglected person now. You might be the one who is an outcast. You might be the one that is locked up in prison. But God still has purpose in you. And if you stay plugged into your progress to become your best self, no matter what life does to you, you will have your season, you will have your time. And after Joseph interpreted that dream, in one day his life changed. Joseph moved from the pit to the palace and was ordained the prime minister over Egypt. God will change your life in a moment when you stay faithful to progress, when you stay faithful to God. And when I speak of progress here, I'm speaking about living for God regardless of what you're going through, standing for God regardless of what life throws at you. Stay plugged into progress. As Joseph stayed plugged into progress, Joseph eventually had to even provide for his family, who had to come into Egypt to be blessed. Those who reject you, those who deny you opportunity, will come looking for you, because when you're plugged into progress, it manufactures purpose that will bear fruit in the right season. I don't know who wanted this word today. I don't know who needs to be blessed by this word, but go ahead, share this word with somebody today and tell them, be plugged in to progress. Regardless of what life is doing to you, stay plugged in. God bless you.